How's it going, everyone? Today we're taking a look at the Golf R. I wanted to say thank you to McKenna Volkswagen in Huntington Beach, California for lending me this car. They have great inventory and very friendly stuff. Starting off with the exterior of the R, which is looking sharp in this lapis blue metallic finish. Hopefully the camera can pick up how nice the paint is. I definitely like the contrast between the blue and the black trims on the front bumper as well as the blacked out wheels. Subtle but nice touches include the continuation of the chrome trims toward the inside of the headlights and blacked out side mirrors with LED lights. The headlights are actually very cool. They have a nice honeycomb pattern inside the housing. They are LEDs and directional, which means they'll move when you're making a turn to help you see better at night through the corners. There are no fog lights in the R due to its functional air intakes that will cool off those brakes during a good spirited drive. Moving on, we have these sooty 19-inch wheels wrapped in summer performance tires, which are actually really good and they get a good grip on the road. The brakes on the R are also pretty responsive and they won't disappoint when needed. Also, a nice touch is to have the calipers blacked out with the R badge. From the side, the Golf R looks not much different than a GTI, although it does have some nice piano black side skirts to complement the look of the car a little more. Overall, it's very conservative and can trick you into thinking that this is just another grocery getter, which is not necessarily a bad thing. On the back of the car, you'll find its LED taillights and my favorite part, 4 exhaust tips, which sound good. Really good. Alright guys, so now let's take a look at the interior of the R, which is very nice. It's gonna feel obviously very familiar. It is still a Golf, but it does have some really nice upgrades. We have a very nice head unit there and the digital dashboard, which is very Audi-like. You have the navigation that you can actually pair into the dashboard. Right now it's not set up, but it is an option. Let's start with the steering wheel, which is very nice, leather wrapped with contrast stitching. Then you have the piano trim with the R badge and flat bottom. This one obviously being the DSG, you have the paddles here on the back. Then we're gonna find here your Fender sound system, which sounds very good. You have a subwoofer on the back and it just sounds very powerful, very good quality, very crisp, and at the same time really good amount of bass. So on this digital dashboard here we have some pretty cool information, you know, the usual stuff. Here we're gonna find the safety features of the car. This one has lane keep assist, blind spot monitor, rear traffic alert, and front assist. This also means that you get the adaptive cruise control and you can choose how much distance you want to keep with the car in front of you with this button right here. All right, so now let's move on to the head unit, which is very good, very responsive overall. It's just very easy to use, very intuitive. You know, it's simple, functional. It's gonna give you some good information, TPMS here, vehicle status. Something that I really like, it's going to be the sport gauges. So you have the PSI and then G-force, horsepower. So that's something that I really like. And here we have your radio with FM, AM, and Sirius XM that comes with the car. Of course, different sources. You have Bluetooth, CDs, SD cards, which is funny that they still include that, and USB. So you'll find the SD cards inputs here, and obviously the CD as well. And here you have some additional storage for your SD cards. All right, so when you go into media and settings, this is where you can actually control the sound system, which I would say is very good, sounds great. And you can control the subwoofer levels, the bass, the mid, and the high frequencies. Now moving on here to the AC controls, very easy to use. You have your menu there, so you can actually control it from here as well. And it is dual climate control, so you can have different temperatures for the driver or passenger. You can also, of course, sync and use the same temperature for both. Then you're gonna have your heated seats. You know, I wish they would offer cool seats as well, but unfortunately they don't do that. So you only get heated seats, which here, you know, being in California, they are kind of useless, but still it is an extra feature. It comes with the car. So now moving on to the storage space here. Once again, this is pretty cool rubber that's gonna stop any, you know, belongings to your phone or anything from moving around there. So that's pretty cool. Then you have another charger, USB. This is where you would hook up your phone to the Up Connect. Then obviously the start stop button, your different driving modes. So you have eco, comfort, normal, and race, as well as custom. So you can pretty much, you know, anything you want you can customize. So all right guys, so time to drive the R. Now this is my third time driving a Golf R. First one was stock, and the second one I drove an APR tuned Golf R, which was very fun. You can definitely feel the difference. Now we're gonna drive once again stock Golf R. For the 2019 model, for some reason they decided to go with 288 horsepower versus 292 in the previous years. So I doubt that you can tell the difference, but let's take it for a spin and see how it drives. All right, so let's go ahead, put this thing in race mode. Oh yeah, let's have some fun. So the thing about the R is that it's very tame. It's a very daily drivable car. The suspension, it is a little bit more stiff, especially right now we're in race mode. So it is stiffer than the GTI, but it just grips to the ground. I mean, this thing, it's really, really good around the corners. And it has the power. I mean, it has really, really good power. It's a ton of fun. And what I like about the car is that it feels special. It feels like you're driving something special. So yeah, it is more money than the GTI, but it is also a lot more car. But this thing, it just flies, man. Like, you would not believe the speed you're going with this car. And it feels sharper than the GTI. The shifts are a little bit more aggressive, and you can definitely feel how torquey this engine is and how well it's set up. Let's take this corner here. I love the shifts. Yeah, I mean, this is like the perfect daily to me, you know. To me, this is like the perfect car. It's very practical, it looks great, it's a lot of fun. If you need one car, like I was saying, this is the car in my opinion. Let's make this turn here. Yep. All right, so let's talk about the driving feel a little bit. The steering is sharper than the GTI. You do feel the car react. It's just overall sharper in every sense. It's like more awakened, right? It's like you just go. And the throttle response is also better. There is maybe like a little bit of a delay, but it's like you can barely notice that, honestly. Overall, it just feels more planted to the ground. Let's go around some corners here. Yeah, I mean, it just takes them like no problem. Brakes are really good also. There is not a ton of feel from the brake pedal, but it's pretty easy to tell what's going on. So yeah, I mean, even though the 4Motion is front wheel drive bias, you definitely feel the rear. When you need it, like right now, you feel it. Like, there is a huge difference with the GTI. You know, most people say, you know, it's like an overpriced Golf, but I think that you can really tell the difference. I think that if you're saying that, it's because maybe you've never driven one. Because when you drive it, in a way, it's kind of a different car. It's a different beast. You know, if I have to be picky, maybe I wish you get more feeling from the steering, from the wheel. The gas pedal sometimes feels a little bit unsure, like there's maybe, you know, it's just the turbo lag, but it's not as sharp as I'd like it to be. The brakes are really good, and the overall response of the chassis of the car is very good. I feel like it's very hard to upset this car. Like, you know, these tires are actually really good. They are cold right now, and I had no wheel spin whatsoever so far. So whereas with the GTI, it's a lot easier to get that wheel spin on the front wheels. Alright guys, so once again, thank you so much for watching. Please hit that like button and subscribe. There's gonna be more videos every week. So once again, this is Seb with Terabytes. We'll see you very soon.